What's good, fam? It's your guy Raymundo. Welcome back to the channel. Now, question of the day: is a white woman a black man's piece? We're gonna dive into it, figure some things out, react to some clips. But before we do, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, show the channel some love. Cue the clip.
Y'all want to know why we like y'all's black men? Because they not y'all's black men. They're not. You don't own shit. And it kind of started, way back in the day. Since we got to go way back there. You know how we were separated and there was some still sneaky stuff going on, right? But as, things evolved, got better, we started to mingle together. And that made a lot of us white and black folk happy. It did. And then we got to mingle together even more. And I think that the black man and the white woman just liked each other. I just think they liked each other. And you're mad about it? That's crazy.
Black men who only date white women, and y'all ain't ready for this conversation, but I'm gonna say it anyway. They on the DL.
Yep, so according to this nigga, apparently any black male that dates outside of his race of a white woman makes him gay. And what I find funny about this the most is this nigga is gay himself, yet calling other black men gay. The hypocrisy is immaculate. Then he basically goes on to yap about, black men date white women because, they're not gonna question this, they're not gonna question why they hang around other males. Bro, you sound like the R word at its finest, no cap. No, I don't want a white woman. People are free to date who they want to date. They are free to date a white woman, an Asian woman, a Latino woman, a Chinese woman, whoever the hell they want to date. Black men are free to date whatever race they want to date. You don't have to just date black American women. You yap about that one nigga who got deleted by his white girlfriend. Now, I don't agree with that man ripping down black women. What he did towards black women was very disrespectful. But let's not act like black women don't get deleted all the time for dating out their race, and some that do be disrespecting black men. Case in point. Every last one of these black women you just saw on the screen were deleted for dating outside of their race by Zaddy. But of course, y'all love to pretend like this never happens to black women. But as soon as it happens to black men, y'all get up on here clowning them and making fun of them. Now, once again, I don't agree with these black men disrespecting black women. But at the same time, black women who date outside their race disrespect black men too, and put white men on a high pedestal too. Another thing you niggas need to stop acting like is the amount of black women that get up on here trashing black men all the time. But apparently that doesn't matter though, remember. And side note, one thing I would love to point out, the same black men that date white women, black women don't even want. Y'all never point that out. Y'all be so quick, these black men date white women, but black women don't even want them. These same black men that date white women, black women don't even want. Why do you think they with a white woman? Side note again, the only people that make interracial relationships an issue in the black community are black women. You have never seen a story going viral of black men getting mad at black women for dating outside of their race. Never. But you see stories all the time where, the football player proposed to the white woman, he received backlash from black women. Black women are the ones that make interracial relationships an issue. Black men never say anything when these women date a white man. And side note again, black men who don't respect black women were literally raised by single black women who chose Pookie and Ray Ray, aka the worst type of black male, over choosing a regular black man. And remember, black man, using his logic, you're gay if you date white women or any other race of women, well, mainly white women, based off what he said, you're gay and DL. This is his logic. Any black man that has ever dated a white woman, remember, you're gay according to him.
Man, they are both speaking facts, but at the end of the day, it's all about preferences, and you have to understand that it's not a one size fits all. I mean, the reasons for dating outside of your race are going to vary. That's just the way it is. And you have to do your best to get over it, because if you don't, well, that's a you problem. Let's get to the next clip.
Hey sis, meet me on the porch. At this point, I need everybody to meet me on the porch. I need the black women, I need the white women, and I need the black men. This is some seriously real shit that I am utterly disturbed by, and I am just tired because I don't understand why there's this major attack on black women. So this video, if it goes into a part 2, not a problem. I'm about to ram it up. I was in the barbershop today, and it was a young black male come in there. He might have been between that 22 to 24 age group. Very handsome, very, very handsome. So I believe he's might have just been coming back from college or graduating or whatever the case may be, because they were happy to see him when he came in. So he sits down, and so they're just talking, what's going on? And he's giving an update. He's graduated, he's got an engineering degree. Oh my God, I'm over there on the proudness. I'm in the background. I don't know him. I'm just kind of sitting down, listening to what he's saying. So the barber begins to get filled in on him. What's been going on? This and that. And he says, I'm coming back. I'm getting married. So everybody, great. And I'm so on the side being so nosy and over there like a proud auntie. I don't even know this young man, right? So they start to kind of converse amongst each other, and they're talking. And so the young man says, yeah, I'm having a little problem. It's a lot going on because I'm marrying a white woman. And my family, they're not too happy about it. So the barber and everybody was like, oh, well, to each his own and this, that, and the other. So the barber was just kind of speaking to him, and he said, hey, where'd you meet her? And he said, oh, I met her in college. And he was like, oh, okay, because, back in the day, you had all the girls. What made you decide that she was the one? Like, what made you want to marry the white girl or the white woman? No, with no disrespect. So what this young man said after that is what just literally took me out the game. As a black woman, as a black mom, in general. So he says that, he come from, of course, the hood and had a hard knock life, just with one mom and no dad, and that same shit. Like, don't nobody I hate the fact that is such a stereotype. We hate it too. But so he goes off to say that when he went to college, it was a college that was mixed, but more so of a white college. And he start, meeting up with white friends, and, they introduced him to another whole world that he didn't know existed, and the young girl, she became a friend and then introduced him to their family. And when he goes over there, they're all married. The parents is married, and they have a really good home, and they do things together, and they communicate. It's just a good energy, a good vibe. And this man said, I never knew this side of life. My life was always loud and chaotic and always disruptive with my family. So the young man said, he would go over there, and they would go on vacations. They would have Sunday dinners. When they had cookouts, there was no fussing, no fight, no arguing. It was just all love and vacations. I was thrown at what this young man was saying in regards to what he seen and what he witnessed being with this young lady and this new side of life. And so he said that, when he seen it, he started thinking about all of the chaos that his life was. It was always baby mama drama and fussing and fighting, and they'll get together as a family and it'll be a fight, and the drunk uncles, the drunk mamas, he was like, my aunt and uncles, they all on welfare and always scheming and always fussing and fighting, cussing, trying to hook up with this dude and that dude. And it's just all these black women, just all that seemed like that's all I was raised up under. That's all I seen. That's all I know. And then I get to the white woman, and it's different. And what he said after this is what really broke me. He said, it's like when I came home the last time, he said, and I was in my family's event, it was nothing but chaos. He said the women, they in house shoes and bonnets, they ghetto acting. He said, and I love them, but I don't love it. And he said, being with my white girlfriend, fiance, and her family, he said, you know what it's like? And this is what got me, ladies. He said it's like if you're in a crowded room and you're surrounded by chaos and just everything is just chaotic and noisy and loud and disruptive, and you take some headphones and you put the headphones on and you can drown everything out, because when you put the headphones on, it's quiet and it's peace. He said that's what my fiance is to me and her white family. That whiteness, he said, they're my headphones and they are my peace. He said, and then black women and my black side of the family, they are the noise.
Now, this is what I mean when I say it isn't a one size fits all. Like, this is just based on his preference. Like, he was exposed to something new. As she described before, his family was a chaotic, you know what I'm saying, situation. And well, his fiance provided peace. Now, I just look at those two elements. I'm not looking at the fact that she's white. She just happens to be white. Now, I think if she would have been black, he still would have been receptive. But in this case, he was exposed to something different and it caught his attention. Obviously, the attraction was there and he decided, you know what, this is what makes me happy. And it just so happens to be that she's white. But what do you think?
Baby, it is 2025. Can we please stop with this goofy ass outrage whenever it comes to black men being in relationships with non-black women? As a black woman myself, I have never understood this issue. Because as much as a lot of black women act like they just can't stand black men, I don't understand why y'all are mad. And then we'll make stupid ass arguments like if he don't want to be in a relationship with a black woman, it means he hates his mom or some shit like that. Because a white woman is what activates this man's libido. Why does he have to hate his mama because of that? And let's just play devil's advocate for a second. Let's just say he does have this underlying hatred towards his mom. Have y'all ever paid attention to how a lot of black men are actually treated by their mamas? So even if that is the case, why are we skipping over the fact that it very well could be justified? Of course, we have some exceptions, but as a whole, black men are actually treated horribly by black women. Whether it was from a romantic relationship or from their mama or their auntie or their grandma, a lot of black men have experienced trauma that was caused by black women. Y'all have even got on here and acknowledged that black men who act like they have this hatred or this dislike towards black women is because of unresolved issues of trauma that they went through with their moms. The only thing I do agree with y'all on is that if they do have some underlying issues whenever it comes to their mother or whatever the case is, they should seek some sort of professional help for it. Those type of issues do need to be addressed. But y'all are skipping over the fact that the root to the issue is how he was treated by black women. Y'all want to hold black men accountable for not addressing their trauma. How about we hold the person who caused the trauma accountable as well?
Now, a lot of the men that I know that are in interracial relationships seem to have great relationships with the mom and the elders in their lives. So I don't think it's naturally something that would come from that type of relationship versus coming from a relationship with a woman that you would have dated. Now, I would also be honest to say that a lot of the women that have issues with black men dating outside their race may have simply not given them the time back in the day. You know, you can have your specific preference and that's cool, but I mean, if he shot his shot at you and you know, weren't receptive, then, you know, you can't really be mad at him trying to talk to somebody else. It's not like you can really control him saying, hey, you can't talk to me, but you should talk to this woman because I feel like that's what you should do. It's not that simple. It should be as easy as I should be able to talk to who I want to talk to. And I mean, at the end of the day, that's what it boils down to. And I think that's something that people just have to get over. But those are my thoughts, man. What do you think, man? Drop it down in the comments. Until next time, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, show the channel some love, and I'm out.